Today, I would like to show you that you can make a cute character out of anything. Just look around and choose an object. I have that broccoli. I think it's kind of cute even now, but let's turn it into this guy. So let's start. I will be using brushes from my watercolor bundle. The texture is also from my watercolor bundle and it's called Canvas Basic. I will list everything I'm using in the description below, but you can paint that cute broccoli with any brushes you are comfortable with. I don't think we need a sketch today, so let's start painting. I take the watercolor for everything as a brush and I'll choose bright green color and I'll paint a stalk of the broccoli in the kind of shape of a tree with trunk and branches. Now I'll add some darker and lighter places on it. Now I choose watercolor detail blurred and I will smooth the transitions a bit. Now we can move on and start painting broccoli florets. We will do it on a separate layer above. As a brush, I choose watercolor heavily diluted. It has nice irregular edges. For now, it will look like two clouds stuck together. Now I'll make a new layer above and I'll paint the part of broccoli florets that it's in the front. For now, everything looks like it's mixed together, so duplicate the layer, use hue, saturation, brightness and set the brightness to the max. Then duplicate the layer several times and merge them all together. Now I'll do the same with the second layer of broccoli florets. Now I can apply alpha lock. For the brush, I grab the watercolor heavily diluted and I'll select a bit darker green tone. And now I can easily add shadows at the bottom and edges of the broccoli florets. You may notice that this brush adds watercolor stains but also blurs the existing paints really nicely, so it's perfect for that kind of irregular texture. Now I choose a light grayish green and I'll add the lighter part on the top of the broccoli. Now I'm going to blur it a little bit using the watercolor detail blurred brush, but not too much because I want to keep this irregular structure. I think I can still work on the color a bit, so I'm going to use the selection tool set to freehand and I'm going to select kind of random area. I'll feather it out, then I'll go to hue, saturation and brightness and I'll change the hue a bit to get a kind of yellowish tone. Now I'll add a shadow on the stems. I'll select that layer. I use the selection tool set to freehand and I'll select the areas just below the broccoli florets. I'll go to hue, saturation and brightness and I lower the brightness a bit. Because I want to put alpha lock on that layer, I'll use the same trick as before. Duplicate the layer, use hue, saturation, brightness and set the brightness to the max. Then duplicate the layer several times and merge them all together. Now I can put alpha lock on that layer. I select watercolor for everything as a brush and dark green color, and I'll add more darker shadows on the stem. And I'll add some more darker patches on the florets. I think it looks fine, so I can merge the layer with broccoli florets together and I'll make a new one above. I grab HB pencil and white and I draw the first eye. I will duplicate that layer to make sure that the eyes are the same size. Now I can match them together. Now I'll put alpha lock on that layer, I'll select dark gray tone and I'm continuing with HB pencil. And I draw sort of circles around the eyes and pupils inside. Now I'll turn alpha lock and I'll draw eyebrows and mouth. Now I'll select black, I switch the brush to the watercolor for everything and I'll paint arms and legs. I think it would be nice if our broccoli did something interesting, so I'll give him a hula hoop to play with. I'll paint it on a separate layer. I'll choose bright yellow and ink as a brush. I can still adjust its position. I think it's good, but it should be thicker. Now I'll turn on Alpha Lock and I'll easily add shadows and lights on the hula hoop. Now I'll take the eraser brush, which is set to the ink, and I'll erase the hula hoop that is behind the broccoli. I would like also add a shadow from the hula hoop, so I'll make a new layer. I'll choose dark green color and watercolor for everything as a brush. Now I'll make a new layer below everything and I will add some ground. I take watercolor sip for a brush and light grey tone. And there we go, our broccoli is done. If you think I've earned it, please give this video a like and subscribe the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for your support, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.